Tonight we ask, is there a Catholic vote for the May 13 elections? Based on a survey conducted by a search group, 61% believe there is a Catholic vote, whilst 28% think otherwise. In these elections, will a Catholic vote finally emerge? To shed light on this, joining us tonight on NewsLife is Father Francis Lucas, Executive Secretary of the Episcopal Commission of the Catholic Bishops' Conference. Good evening, Father. Welcome to NewsLife.
Good evening, Isabel, and good evening to all our viewers.
Okay, Father, straight to the point. Is a Catholic vote emerging for next Monday's elections? The White Movement, organized by lay leaders, endorsed the candidacy of several Senate candidates. Will this move snowball among Catholics nationwide?
This is the first time that there is quote-unquote a Catholic vote, because this was organized by the lay leaders or lay people. So the survey says so, and we will have to see this during the election itself. But what I would like to say is there is this new surge of Catholic lay leaders coming together to push for the principles and faith of serving not only the Catholic Church or its members, but also society as a whole, especially when it comes to life and the value of life.
So, well, Father, other religious groups have endorsed their preferred candidates. Why is the Church refraining from coming out with a list?
The Catholic Church, by tradition, that's when I say Catholic Church, the leadership, that means all the bishops in a conference, which we call the Catholic Bishops' Conference, they inhibit themselves from coming out with endorsements because they do not want technically to endorse candidates themselves, because it's the role of the people themselves to choose their own candidates.
And that is understandable. Is there a pastoral letter that will be used as a guide for Catholics to vote wisely in the elections?
There are about 3 or 4 pastoral letters of different bishops in different dioceses, but they all talk of the same guidelines. No? Well, the pastoral letter of the whole conference discusses 3 elements, that is, vote according to 3 C's, that is the conscience, second is the third is the commitment of the candidate, and second is their capability. Are they capable, no, of leading the country based on their election? And number 1 is do they have a conscience, the way of truly serving the audience, no? And their commitment to what? Is it through environment? Is it through life? It is a commitment to service? Or are they corrupt? Or are they pro-mining and destroying the environment? So this is the elements that are contained in the guidelines.
Are there going to be sort of more specific guidelines given to the people apart from these 3 C's? What other qualities is the Church looking for in a candidate? Yeah,
there are qualities. When they say competence, that means they have not to be corrupt. If they are corrupt in the past, if they have done heinous crimes, if they have destroyed environment, if they are against life itself, like they push for abortion, euthanasia, you know, and also for the contraception, because it's the mentality of contraception that is being looked at by the Church.
In fact, speaking of this, is there a consensus among Catholics not to vote for those who voted for the reproductive health bill?
The bishops can only guide, you know, as pastors, but you know, there are always recalcitrant sheep in the flock. So you know, you cannot. The Church does not like to dictate on anybody. They just guide. But you cannot force anybody to vote for somebody else. You just endorse also, like the lay leaders. And the bishop themselves gives guidelines, and it's up to you to follow based on your conscience.
So, Father, moving on a more technical level, are you convinced that this will be clean and honest elections, since it's the 2nd time automated polls will be conducted?
Well, there are different signals, but I think we have to trust somehow the efforts also of the government. And we have watchdogs for this election. But you know, to say that it is 100% clear or would be clean, well, you know, in the past weeks, we already have a lot of killings. And a lot of people are also so wise in doing dirty tricks in whatever system you hold on. So I just advise everybody to pray and to trust themselves, and they themselves will not commit the corruption and the dirty tricks that they are supposed to do or commanded to do by nefarious groups.
So is there any final word you want to add to this final message?
First and foremost is, let's review our faith and let's pray to God to always take care of our country, the Philippines, and also our society. And last but not the least, that we may have the right leaders to lead us in the country after this election.
Indeed, we join you in this prayer. Thank you very much, Father Francis Lucas, Executive Secretary of the Episcopal Commission of the CBCP.